So my friend Cody here is gonna probably go over like the 3 basic bodyweight movements that you could do both at home and at the gym, and we're just basically just gonna walk you through the different apparatuses that you could possibly use at home and at the gym. That way you're not like intimidated with anything at all. So Cody, you go ahead and take it away.
All right. Whenever you go into a gym before you perform any exercise, it's always very important that you always stretch out so you can avoid injury and whatnot. Another thing, you want to make sure you're properly hydrated. That's the main thing. Without hydration, you're gonna lack on performance like crazy. But it's always important to master your body weight before you move on to weights. That's the way I've learned it. If you can't master your body weight, you don't need to be picking up weights. But anyway, I'm gonna show you guys some compound exercises. And this works triceps. Okay, you wanna use eccentric movements for static training if you wanna hit the muscle fiber in a very fast way, and it can affect more muscle fiber than anything.
Okay,
Try to
so
do it explosive. Okay, now what is it, Jesse?
So what exactly does eccentric movements mean?
Eccentric is whenever you're going up real fast, like that. Decentric is whenever you're going down real slow.
Okay.
Eccentric, decentric. Eccentric, decentric.
So let's say if I was to come into this particular gym and I see this particular apparatus and have never used it, how would I hook this guy up? Like, I know I see something here with these pins.
We got a pin cord right here.
Okay.
And we got this, it goes on the back. And as you see, you got holes right here that you can just adjust. Take it out. You want to hold on to this thing because this thing is actually kind of heavy. Put it in. You got a wire that goes on the back of it, and you want to find the notch in the back. Make sure it's secure. Shake it around maybe.
Okay, so this would be called, what is this, like a dip bar or something?
Dip bar.
Dip bar, okay.
Dip bar.
Perfect.
Equalizer maybe, that's what some people call them. Equalizers, dip bars.
And this particular exercise, what muscle group does this help attack? Does this help build?
Well, with the dip bar or equalizer, it's focusing on your chest and your triceps. So you're really, I mean, most of the time you could be working shoulders. Most of the time it's usually your tricep, inner chest. And it depends on how close you get, you can work that. But if you work out, work more of the outside of the chest, maybe the inside, but it more isolates your triceps. So, and it always depends on how you place your arms too. I mean, you can have your arms, biceps pointed this way, right? Point your biceps that way. And you can isolate different muscles just by doing that.
Interesting. Okay, so let's say I come in here and I attempt to do this and I can't exactly do one, or maybe I do one and that's about it. Is there anything that could help me do this possibly without using all of my body weight, just because I can't do it? Like,
well, Jesse, I mean, like if you can't even, perform it correctly, it's always important that you modify. And some people may not know how to modify on a dip bar, but with resistance bands, I mean, you can get one according to your body weight. But this one works good for me. I just put my hands on the dip bar, and maybe you can put your knees on it, and it stabilizes the weight. So whenever you go down, it makes you come up a little bit easier. Now, if you're, more of an intermediate, advanced guy, you can do this, and it puts resistance on your training.
okay, so
that's what I use a lot.
Okay, so if you do that over the shoulder, that'll help you. It's almost like you're adding weight. Is that correct?
Adding weight, resistance. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, and then if you do that under the knees or under your
you're taking the weight off you, so
taking
it's
the weight,
pushing you up. So if you can't perform the exercise correctly, I would suggest using the bands until you're comfortable, and the next thing you know, you're going to be using your own body weight, and then adding resistance training in with your workout.
Oh yeah, so most gyms, all gyms usually have resistance bands. You can get these. Where can you pick these up?
I would say like any type of sports store, like Academy, Dick's Sporting Goods, Walmart might even carry them, Target maybe.
And they're like
they're fairly cheap.
Yeah. Usually
cheap.
they come in like a set. It's usually like different colors, and I think the colors will represent
the different weights. I mean, this might be like a 5-pound band. That one, like over there, might be a 10, and it kind of goes up from there. But you want to be extremely careful on like what kind of weight you use. according to your body type and the exercise you're going to be performing.
Yeah, yeah. So usually, if you walk inside your gym and you just head over to a wall, you'll most likely see these resistance bands just being set up like over here. So like purple, white, so forth, so on. Okay, so let's say you're at home. Let's say you don't have a gym membership, or you're not working at a gym, or maybe you're at the airport and you've got a 3 or 6 hour layover and you want to, let's just say you've got enough energy to actually do some exercise. That way you feel good about yourself. Let's say that the airport or at home you don't have a dip bar like this. What sort of dips can people do to help work out their triceps? Like you said, the triceps and the chest. Like, is there like another?
We've got you right here, Mr. Jesse. Let's say, you're at the airport and you got like a bench that is similar, let's say, to this one right here. I mean, let's say if you got books, for example, you can always put it in your lap to give you weight.
Okay.
But you always want to stay straight. I mean, this is something you can do at an airport, guys. I mean, you can get creative with it, I mean, you can go from side to side and isolate your triceps. Switch your hands out from end to like this. Even put holes in it, go real slow. You can even do eccentric movies, go real fast and go slow down. Get creative with it. Typewriters.
That's cool. That's cool.
Bodyweight training, the world is your gym, so that's a good way to, experiment with the world. So it's kind of cool.
That's awesome. Okay, so right there, you basically have a couple different ways that you could do dips. One, whether you're at home or somewhere else where they don't have an actual dip apparatus, or if you walk into a gym and you see a dip apparatus, now you kind of know what that looks like, and you kind of know how to attach it. Let's say if you're not here, or if you're here with a friend and it's your first time or whatever, that is one movement that is one body weight training exercise you could do by yourself at home or at the gym. Cody, is there any other tips that you may want to tell people about this, or you want to go ahead and talk about maybe like the second?
We can talk about the second, but
Cool.
I mean, like I can add when it comes to the triceps, just be, extremely cautious about what you're doing and just try to really focus, because it's easy to get yourself hurt if you don't exercise that much, but you will get stronger the more you do it.
Perfect. Okay, so what is the second exercise, the second body weight exercise that you would recommend?
Okay, let's talk about shoulders.
Okay.
With body weight training. A lot of people think whenever you come into a gym and you gotta work your shoulders, you go ahead and pick up weights. And you're working your shoulders by doing this. And this is working shoulders with weights. Just doing this, but I'm gonna show you a way to do it without weights.
Perfect.
I'm gonna show you a way to do this without weights.
All right. My man, Cody McKelvin, doing his thing.
All right, guys. Shoulder workout, I would say, find a wall. Like if you're at your house, find a wall. And you can just start off by doing this. Let's say you do a push-up. You go up against the wall. Do a push-up. But you always want to make sure you keep your back straight. If you break the form, you're not going to get any results. Hold it. Put everything up against the wall, even your head. And hold it. And hold it. I mean, like you can do that like set after set. Go slow, go fast. That's a good way to work your shoulders.
So essentially, when you're doing it on the wall like that, is it safe enough to say that the more vertical that you go, the more it attacks your shoulders? Is that correct? Like the more vertical that you are?
Yeah, the
Okay.
more vertical, but you want to take it slow. Let's say it hurts. It hurts when you get up to like, let's say, let me perform it again. Let's say you get up to like right here, and you can't go all the way. Well, then you modify it, You start off right here. and you just try to hold it. And like if you get to the more advanced stuff, I mean, a good way to train your shoulders is to just hold it and go down. Try to control your body weight. Go back up. Do shoulder taps. It helps build shoulder strength, but you got to be careful. I mean, with any exercise, you don't want to put too much strain where you're going to hurt yourself. I mean, you got to really pay attention to what your body's telling you.
Right, yeah. So obviously pay attention to your body and just be safe with any exercise that you do.
And make sure you stretch. I mean, like, I frequently stretch whenever I'm in the gym, so I can avoid injury and, you know, strains.
Excellent. Okay. Now, what would the third exercise be?
For legs. Okay, I mean, like I can do another one on shoulders, Jesse. Okay. I mean, like, let's say, you know, you're not really quite for the wall yet, and you're still building up strength. A good one to get you going would be the pike push-up. You're right here. You want to elevate your hips, and you just want to. And this is shoulders. Work the tricep as well. Shoulder strength as well. I mean, if you can't do 20, start off at 5. If you can't do 5, you know, do 1, take a break. Don't go crazy. Try to do 10 and just take it slow. And you'll build up strength by doing it.
Perfect. All right. Any other exercises that you might recommend?
Hold on, let me see. Push-ups. Push-ups are my favorite, because you can do them so many different ways. I mean, you can do, here, hold on, I'm gonna grab this real quick for example. Okay. Whenever I do a push-up, here's your standard push-up. You wanna keep everything straight. Here, I'm gonna get to the side, Jesse, straight. You wanna go all the way down, and you don't want to look up because you're going to strain your neck. You want to look down at the ground. I mean, you're like this, strain your neck. You want to look down.
That's a good tip. I did not actually know that.
Yeah, you can strain your neck by doing that. And another thing is, if you can focus on my arm right here, you see how the bicep is pointed out towards this way?
Yes.
You can do it another way, but pointing the bicep, just getting your arm and twisting it.
Okay.
You're working a different set of muscles whenever you do that. You got to get creative. You got to think about it. I mean, another thing, like the reason why I got the bench, you know, you can do a set. And remember, keep your back straight. Look down because you're going to strain your neck. Take it slow. Touch your chest on it. Take a break. Get you a breath. Maybe get some water. And again, you can point the biceps out. You can go really wide, go really close. It doesn't matter how you do push-ups. And I mean, you can do this every day where, you know, you start putting strength training into it, explosive training, whenever you're just pretty much doing push-ups like this. Getting creative with it.
That's awesome. So let's say, I think right before we started recording, you talked about a modified push-up. What's a modified push-up?
Modified push-up. Let's say if you have a hard time just doing one push-up, or you're getting fatigued or you can't do one. Knees.
Okay, all right. So that's the modified push-up.
That's the modified. Let's say, you know, if you're more advanced, and like let's say you're ripping it out and you're getting tired, and you want to get the most out of your workout, go to your knees and pump it out. But for people that have a hard time, start off with doing 20 on your knees. The next thing you know, you're going to be doing 20 regular style body weight training.
Okay, perfect. Excellent. So right there, we've got 3 different exercises that you could do both at home and at the gym. So we got the dips, so that's where you're attacking, or that's where you're exercising more so your triceps, and I guess also the inner chest as well. Yeah.
And it depends on how wide you go, and it works the outside of your chest as well.
Okay. Yeah. So you could do dips at home. You could do the shoulder workout, like up against the wall, or doing that pike push-up. So of course, the more vertical that you are, the more it attacks your shoulders. And then of course, there is the very basic push-up. You could do, like he said, the different
variations. I mean, you don't even always have to have your hands like this whenever you do push-ups. If you want to work your upper chest, you can have your hands like this.
Oh, cool. Excellent. All right, so those are just 3 quick and easy body weight training workouts that you could do at home, or come into the gym. That way you don't feel too intimidated as to what these particular apparatuses are used for. That case may be. So if you haven't already subscribe to Cody McKelvin's channel here. Follow him on social media. We're going to have the links in the description box below. And thank you very much.
Thank you, Jesse.
Thank you very much for doing this with me. I know we're going to be doing a whole lot more videos that might be able to help you on your quest to bodyweight training. And if you're in Iron Edge or at Iron Edge and you see this guy, don't be too shy to say hello and hit him up and ask him any questions if you got any, because that's what he's here for. Thank you again.
Keep pushing towards your goals, guys. Keep pushing. Keep pushing.